Hello everyone, my name is Evan Krabs. I am a senior at the University of Florida. I'm majoring in food and resource economics, and this is my selling demonstration video. For my demonstration video, I'm going to be playing the part of Lee Harvard. Lee Harvard is an independent insurance agent and the owner of B.W. Helveson and Sons Insurance in Live Oak, Florida. Assisting me today will be my cousin Sean Crocker. Sean is going to be playing the part of the director of the local American Legion Post. For my demonstration video, Sean contacted me about a week ago wanting a new commercial insurance policy renewal on his policy. The current policy that the American Legion Post has will be expiring approximately 2 weeks, and through a local that recommended my business is contacting me. So now we'll begin. Mr. Crocker, please come in.
Evan, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good.
Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Now, is it okay if I call you Sean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You, I appreciate you coming in today. We had a wonderful phone call last week. You mentioned you had 2 little girls. How are they doing?
Doing well. We just got back from Disney World. We went to the not so scary Halloween party down at Disney World, and
Sounds like fun.
we had a good time. It was absolute blast. I highly recommend it to you.
Good. My son, he loves Disney World. We're actually hoping to take a trip before the holidays.
Okay. I highly recommend it.
Mr. Crocker, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and this company. B.W. Helveson and Sons was established in 1893. It is the 3rd oldest family-owned insurance company in the state of Florida. We focus on selling premium insurance coverage, mainly in auto, home, and commercial properties. I have been in the insurance business since I graduated I graduated college, and I'm currently the owner of B.W. Helveson and Sons. Now, Mr. Crocker, when we spoke on the phone, you were kind enough to give me a copy of your current insurance policy, and if I'm correct, that policy will be expiring in approximately 2 weeks.
Yeah, it does. It's coming up for renewal real quick.
Well, what I have done is I have drawn up a proposal with some added changes that I believe are necessary that I would like to go over with you today. Now, just to make sure I'm correct, as director of the American Legion Post, you have the authority on the behalf of the members to make changes and to buy this insurance policy, correct?
Yeah, I'm the elected leader, if you will. I kind of make the business decisions for the American Legion Post here locally.
Well, that's great. Well, if you would like, let's go over some of the changes I have to offer you.
Absolutely.
Here's a copy of the proposal that I have drawn up for you for us to go over. Now, to begin with, after reviewing the current policy you have, I noticed that the coverage you have on the property and the building is just basic insurance coverage. It does not cover the contents. But what I'm proposing is adding AOP, or all other perils coverage. This coverage will protect the contents of the buildings and on the property from vandalism, theft, fire. Now, Sean, if I'm correct, you mentioned to me that you're currently in law enforcement.
Yeah, after the military career is over, it's a nice transition to go straight into law enforcement. But the American Legion Post gives us something that we can come together and people from similar backgrounds that are former military can come together and have dinner and a drink and have a place to gather, if you will, and share old war stories and just have something in common. It just works real well.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Now, Sean, with your experience in law enforcement, I'm sure that you see a lot of theft, burglaries, and if I'm correct, the property that the American Legion Post currently has no alarm system, and it is rarely occupied, only when you have gatherings, correct? So it is highly susceptible to burglaries, vandalism.
Yeah, being in law enforcement, you do see you're above average of the bad that goes on in town. But yeah, you're also right with the fact that the building that we have worked hard to get. All us members have chipped in, and we've been able to purchase the building, and we're starting to establish some assets. It's probably more vacant than it is occupied. You're right about that.
Well, for that reason, that is why I've included this into the new insurance proposal that I have put before you. Now, Ms. Clark, I know this is going to raise your annual premium some, but given your background in law enforcement, I'm sure that you can understand why this is a necessary coverage. Now, after what I have gone over with you, do you think this is something that you'd be interested in going purchasing today?
Well, I tell you, one of the concerns I've got is nothing against you. It's just, everything we have nowadays, you got to have insurance on, whether it's the car, the boat, the house, the business, everything you've got to get. And just one thing that I have a concern with is, I really think you may be trying to sell me too much insurance. My question is, do I need all these components? Do I need this all perils, that's in this proposal? Because it just seems like you're just trying to sell me too much and just trying to get extra premium out of me.
Well, Mr. Crocker, I have other clients and former customers, and I know there's many people in town who do believe that I do sell them too much insurance, and that some of it is not necessary. I want to guarantee you that I am selling you what I believe is necessary coverage. Now, here at BW Health and Sons, we focus on selling premium insurance coverage. I want to be sure that everything you have is fully covered, unlike other insurance agents in town who will sell you just the bare minimum to get by.
So the price that you got here is a lot more than I'm paying right now.
And I understand that. But I'm also offering you more coverage. As I said, your old policy does not cover any of the contents of your buildings. This will cover all the contents of your buildings. And that is replacement value. What it would cost you to replace them today. But I tell you what, let's move on to the next section. Also in my proposal, reading over your current policy, I noticed you do not have commercial liquor liability insurance. Now, I have added this proposal, and this is another reason that your annual premium I'm offering you in this proposal is so much higher. I'm offering you commercial liquor liability coverage because, as you have mentioned, at events at the American Legion Post, beer and wine is served along with liquor. Am I correct?
That's right. So we've added that component.
Well, I believe that it is necessary to have commercial liquor liability insurance. What this does is this protects you against being sued should anyone leaving any event that you may have, be an accident or cause an accident, cause bodily harm. If you're sued, the American Legion Post will be held liable. This is what I'm offering you. The insurance company will pay up to $1 million in legal fees and services in the event that you are held liable and are sued.
I tell you what, that's a neat perspective. That's one of those things you don't think about till after the event's happened and the lawyer's knocking on your door that they're wanting to sue you. That's pretty interesting, because definitely, somebody gets hurt leaving our place, that does open us up for a little bit of risk in that category. Tell you what I'm gonna have to do. I see here, one of the big things here is it's just a cost that's so much more than what I'm currently paying. But I can take your proposal and go sit on it for a day or two, and look it over and think about it, because I'm it is a little bit more than what I'm paying, and get back with you on whether or not we're going to do it or not.
Well, Sean, before you leave, I want to take a look at this value analysis that I have set up. Now, I know compared to two other customers, my annual premium is higher. Currently you have no liquor liability coverage, and that is why your annual premium is so low. There's in this value analysis, a competitor of mine is offering commercial liquor liability coverage, but it's only for $500,000. Now, I know that this would give you a much cheaper premium than what I'm offering, but that $500,000 worth of coverage is just a drop in the bucket compared to today's legal fees. You would be wasting your money should you ever have to use it. Sean, this is why the coverage I'm offering you, I understand that it's more expensive, but it is necessary in today's environment. So, Sean, what I would like to discuss with you is, I know that the American Legion does a lot for the community. Y'all have a golf tournament coming up soon, am I correct?
That's right. We have the annual, it's our philanthropic event that we do each year. It's just a golf tournament here at the local golf course, and and we just invite veterans and wounded warriors and stuff to come out and play around in golf, and we raise money.
I know that the American Legion Post, that is a primary source of income, is raising money. Now, what if you'd be willing to go ahead and sign the paperwork and purchase this insurance policy for me today, how about I sponsor one of your holes in your upcoming golf tournament?
Well, definitely, that's a pretty significant offer that you're offering up there, because definitely being a $500 hole sponsor at the golf tournament would definitely bring a lot of value to the American Legion. So yeah, definitely, if we're going to get a customer out of you, we'll become your customer. How about that?
Well, that sounds great. So we ready to sign the paperwork today?
Sounds like a deal. Appreciate it, Evan.
Thank you.
Yep, appreciate it.